Let's talk about serenity and calmness. Why are we always on the run? We hurry and run to get somewhere, to make things happen, to achieve, to impress. We want to be the good person, the good spouse, the good parent, the good child, the good employee, etc., etc. And we run, and what the end of all this running is? What is the end? Let's begin with the philosophy of the world, of this world. From the time of our birth, we enter into this world with already set programs and expectations upon us. School, work, marriage, children, grandchildren get old and die. We bring forth the dreams of the generation before us and try to accomplish what they have already set upon us. We come in this world's way of thinking, and we live our lives according to what is set and normed. And in the process to achieve, we become tired, old, and quenched. We burn out, and commonly we hear people asking God to take them away. We surrender to death because that's how it is. That's what they teach us. That's what we believe. That's what happens. Can it be there? Possible? Can it be another way? Our materialistic responsibilities can become a heavy load upon us. We worry about our materialistic survival so much that we put aside our spiritual needs, as we are only made from flesh. The demands are great. Education, money, career, house, business, provide for ourselves and our children and grandchildren. The load can be very heavy and very hard. It creates health. Fear, stress, anxiety are the main elements of our life, and the results are self-destructiveness. We create confusion within our minds. The two forces from within are always in battle. We create confusion within our minds, and this tears us apart. We become uncomfortable in our skin. We lose our peace and serenity and calmness. We want to be the selfishness, deviosity, and egoistic actions. We want to be the good person, but however all these things take over, from the materialistic wants and desires, they do not come easy. They do not come without deceit, selfishness, deviosity, and egoistic actions. With all that working for us, we become confused, full of guilt, and alienated. Perturbation splits us apart and creates unbalanced thinking. We become the tree with the good and bad fruit, like it says in the Bible. No one can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will be loyal to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve God and mammon. Even so, even every good tree bears good fruit, but a bad tree bears bad fruit. A good tree cannot bear bad fruit, nor can a bad tree bear good fruit, says in Matthew. I hope I drew the picture of how the cares of the material world, the running around to achieve dead things, and the confusion of our minds becomes the heavy, hard load to carry. We have no time to pray, to communicate with God, to increase in faith, to learn what is His plan for us when He created us. If we can give God a chance to enter in our lives, we will find out that He has a great plan for us. He intended for us to live with all kinds of blessings and prosperity. He provides us the tools to live our life in peace and serenity. He has the way for us to think and maintain balance and harmony in our minds. the ignorance of the Word of God can keep us away from the true way of life. Our problems are not from the external side, but from the internal side of our existence. It's the internal aspect that has to be in order and in peace, instead in confusion and in darkness. But enough with the problems. Let's talk about solutions. It says in Matthew, "Come to me, all you who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and lowly in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light." And also in John it says, "For this is the love of God, that we keep His commandments, and His commandments are not burdensome. For whatever is born of God overcomes the world." Jesus Christ is born of God. He is the Word of God, which was sent to us to give us the knowledge and to save ourselves from the burdens of sin, corruption, and death. This work must be born in us, not just the day of Christmas, but every day of our lives. It needs to be given a place to abide within us, to increase and to make a home where it can fill it up with His fruits and His gifts. This depends on us. We make the decision to change our way of thinking and the way we perceive the world around us. The world is a beautiful place that our Father has created for us to live in forever, with all serenity, harmony, and love. It is our confused state of mind that does not allow God's will to take place in our life. God created earth to be a heavenly place for humans to live and enjoy His riches. It is the time for us to seek the will of God, to find the purpose of humankind, and to allow the Word of God to transform the way we think and perceive life. Our life shall be full of the blessings and powers that God has promised to us. The Word of God has the truth. The truth will set us free. If we devote the time to acquire the knowledge of God, His wisdom will increase within us. We gain the knowledge by creating a spiritual family around us, sharing and supporting other fellow men which share the same goals and mind. We gain the knowledge by devoting time to read and study the Scriptures. In the Scriptures, God talks to us. He introduces to us His way of thinking and His message. We gain the knowledge by praying to God. Prayer is our access to communicate with our Father. It is the opportunity we have to ask, to listen, to learn, and to be given solutions and answers. Having a conversation with the divine power of our Creator allows the mind to inherit the wisdom of God and to adopt His way of thinking. Prayer fills up with faith and trust in God, and fills us up with trust and faith in God and in His will. A person has to work to gain the spiritual virtues from God. A person is invited from God, the Creator, to hold the brush and begin to draw life with the choices he makes. Having the trust and faith in Him, His miracle power, which will live within us, will guide us and teach us how to unload the heavy burdens of the care of the world. It says, let's seek the spiritual benefits, and all materialistic benefits will be added to you. by us learning to hear and trust God's voice, the confusion